Hello and welcome to another video from me, M3BIK, and on this video I'm going to show you how to do a firmware update on the Radtel RT-4D. So first off we go to Google and we're going to search for Radtel firmware, and it's the top result that we want. I'll put a link to it on the screen here, the official Radtel's website. So we click on that and it takes us to the download page. Now there's loads of stuff here, so the best way to do it is do a Control F find and search for RT-4D, and there we go. We've got two sections: CPS, which is the actual management software, if you want to do it, call it that, programming software, and then we've got the firmware below. And on this video we're going to need both. We're going to need a new version of CPS and a new version of the firmware. Now the one we want is the firmware and DMR as well, not just the DMR. So we're going to go with the last version that says DMR and firmware, which is 3.16 for the DMR and firmware in this example. That's the one we're going to download. So basically you just click it and it'll start to download. I will say that on some machines it does flag up as being malicious. I have scanned the file in the past and never found any issues with it. There you go, it does pop up saying it's dangerous, so you just have to bypass that and allow it. I've never found an issue with the site yet, and I have checked a few of these files that have been downloaded. It's only a very small file, not very big at all, so it's only going to take, you know, probably a minute or so just to download that file, depending on the speed of your internet connection. So we're going to allow that file and we're going to go to the downloads folder. And just say, yeah, we're going to accept it. And there we go, we've got it in the downloads folder now. We can go in there and it's a compressed file, so we just need to right click and extract it. And first off now, I'm just going to show you, jump onto the Radtel and just check what the current version of the firmware is. So we go into basic settings, press the menu key and then go into basic settings. And then we're basically going to scroll down there once we're in the basic settings to the version option, and that'll show the current version. 3.14 is the current version on mine, and the version we've just downloaded is 3.16, so it is a newer version that we've just downloaded. So we're going to jump back over to the PC now, go into that extracted folder, and the one we want is just the upgrade. We don't want the DMR update on this example, we just want to extract the upgrade. So it's another extractable file, and this one I'm going to open here is just a notepad file that's got basically the changes of the firmware. So it's in Chinese, so you can put it through Google Translate and it will just show you everything that's changed on that particular firmware version, unless your Chinese is very good and you can read it, or maybe they'll release an English version, who knows. But for some reason it's in Chinese and you're going to have to translate it if you want to read through the notes and see what's changed in the different version numbers. I've had to split down copying the text because it didn't for some reason like it doing it in one go. I think there's a limit on the characters or something. But yeah, just run it through Google Translate and you can read what's changed on the different versions. Always interesting just to have a look at that in case you had some weird problem, maybe it's been fixed on the recent version that you're downloading. And this video does apply to most of the versions. A pretty same way to upgrade. Like I said, this is version 3.16 that I'm going to install on my RT-4D. So yeah, that's just having a quick look through there to see what's changed. But if you've got more time, do translate it and have a good read of that document if you want to. There is a lot of different things in there, so we can close that down now, and we can go to the upgrade folder, and there's just one file in there, an exe. Double click it to run it. Now we've got to go to device manager and just check what COM port it's detecting our cable on. So you go to ports, COM and LPT, and it's COM7 in my case. So basically where it says COM on this unlock tool, we'll have to set it, and we follow the instructions what it's just told us on screen now. So turn the Radtel on with the PTT button held in. Nothing comes up on the screen, it just goes green like that. So I've done that bit, what it tells us to do on screen. Jump back, and as I was just about to say, we need to select the COM port. So we select COM7, and we can just click the upgrade option. Now what that will start to do now is start to upgrade the firmware on your Radtel RT-4D. It's a very quick process, as you can see. It's going to take probably less than a minute on most PCs to complete this bit. So we haven't had to select a firmware or anything like that. This software is just automatically updating it to 3.16 for us. And it's going to tell us in a second when it's complete, and we can then just jump back on the radio and check that it has been upgraded. So there you go, it says it's completed. So now we need to go back to the radio itself and go back into the menu again, basic settings, and down to version, and hopefully when we find version it's going to come back and tell us that we're now on version 3.16 or whatever version you've upgraded to. In my case it's version 3.16. So that's all completed okay. So what we can do basically now, we can actually close that box because we have finished with that particular section. And now we can go back to that Radtel web page and download the latest version of the CPS software. Again, this is very quick to download, less than a minute. It's another file that you're going to have to extract. Just open the folder and run the exe, and there we are, we're back into the software again. Change again to COM7, and let's do a read of the data from the radio. This is reading all the data. Just sped this bit up a little bit. It can take a minute or two to read all the data, and once it's read the data correctly, it should have all your saved channels, all your saved settings, everything in there. You can see it's got my radio name and everything like that, and all the configuration, any settings that I've changed are back in there. It's kept all the settings, it hasn't changed anything, everything is as it was on the radio. So hopefully nothing's changed on your radio. Just have a check, make sure everything's working as expected. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give us a like and comment if you've got any questions on this particular upgrade process. Like I say, this should work for other firmware versions of the 4D unless they change the process. I've gone to version 3.16 in this example on this particular video, and everything is working on the radio. It's all working fine. I've got all my settings as I did before. Thanks for watching, everyone.